When Tanzanians head to the polls on the 29th of October, few expect real suspense. With the opposition weakened, rivals co-opted, and reforms stalled, Tanzania's President Samia Suluhu Hassan faces little resistance at the ballot box this week.
With no heavyweight opposition candidates cleared to compete in Wednesday's election, many Tanzanians feel the vote is less like a contest and more like a coronation for President Samia Suluhu Hassan as she faces her first presidential election. The 65-year-old became the East African nation's first female head of state after the death in 2021 of sitting President John Magufuli. He was admired on the one hand for his no-nonsense drive to stamp out corruption, but criticized on the other for his authoritarian clampdown on dissent and controversial attitude towards the COVID pandemic. President Samia, who had been vice president, seemed like a breath of fresh air, and with her warmer and friendlier style, she initiated reforms that seemed to represent a radical departure from her predecessor's policies. Her 4Rs policy: reconciliation, resilience, reform, and rebuilding, reopened Tanzania to foreign investors, restored donor relations, and mollified the International Monetary Fund and World Bank.
Wito wangu kwenu ndugu zangu wananchi.
My call to you, my fellow citizens, is for all of you to go and cast your votes. Since we started the campaigns, the grounds have been packed. We have come in great numbers. However, these numbers will have no meaning if we do not translate them into votes in the ballot boxes. Let us fill the grounds, but also ensure the ballot boxes are filled. Let us participate in the election without any fear, because the security and defense forces of Tanzania are ready and are working to ensure the safety of the country and its citizens before, during, and even after the election.
But over the last 2 years or so, the political space has drastically shrunk, and the targeting of government critics and opposition voices is said to be more ruthless now than it ever was under Magufuli, with regular abductions and killings now reported. Samia's CCM has won every election since the reintroduction of multi-party democracy in 1992, but the campaigns are usually vibrant with robust debate between the rival parties. While the Electoral Commission has cleared 17 presidential candidates to stand this time, the main opposition party, Chadema, is barred with its leader, Tundu Lissu, currently on trial for treason. He had been calling for electoral reforms before his arrest in April, and the party is now urging its supporters to boycott the poll. His deputy, John Heche, was also arrested last week and claimed just before his detention that President Samia's so-called reforms were hollow. This is in stark contrast to the buzzing campaign on Tanzania's semi-autonomous archipelago of Zanzibar, from where President Samia originally hails. The islanders elect their own regional president, and incumbent Hussein Mwinyi of the CCM is seeking another term but faces stiff competition from ACT Wazalendo's Othman Masoud, who has been serving as his deputy in a unity administration.
Therefore, there are a number of concerns because the process itself is very opaque, no transparency whatsoever. The rules have been bent, the rules have been encroached. Everything is there. It's just very sad that, well, the Electoral Commission, ruling party, could do something which is a blatant violation of the law.
On the campaign trail on the mainland, President Samia has capitalized on the initial praise she received for her motherly approach, seeking to govern through dialogue rather than decree. This earned her the nickname Mama Samia. And at her rallies, she has been promising to bring widespread development through better infrastructure, health, and education. Many women, especially those in rural communities, see her as a stabilizing force.
Whoever will win presidential seat, they should focus more in investing in youth. We are the future, so the next government should invest more in us, even by providing us with job opportunities and even loans as capital for businesses.
It is believed that Magufuli refused to take orders from the Mtandao, preferring to stick to his own anti-corruption agenda. Analysts warn that such detachment, especially among young people, could hollow out Tanzania's democracy further and create problems down the road for President Samia should there not be a big turnout and if protests kick off. Africa Bureau, WION, World is One.